Welcome back to Golden Blue, everybody, and if you are a college football fan, a die-hard college football fan, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. That's all we do here, videos of college football every single day. And don't forget, now you can send me stuff. Finally got a P.O. box. Send gear to represent your team on my back wall every single video and live show. Here's the address you send it to, P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina, 29657. So I'm about to leave Pittsburgh and head to Charleston and spend the rest of Labor Day weekend with some family in Charleston, West Virginia. The game last night, basically West Virginia gave it to Pitt. If you are a fan other than a fan of Pitt, if you're a neutral fan, a fan of West Virginia, anybody besides a Pitt fan, you know that West Virginia was the better team. Now, I understand that part of it is making the least amount of mistakes, and Pitt made the least amount of mistakes. West Virginia just kept shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over and over. The amount of dropped catches, I lost track, to be honest with you. And then, of course, the dagger. The ball goes right through Bryce Ford Wheaton's hands, gets tipped up. Pitt has the pick six. Goes up 38-31. West Virginia still has a chance to tie it and send it overtime. I thought his hands got underneath the ball, and I thought that was a catch. I guess the ball moved a little bit, but I thought as long as your hands is underneath the ball, it doesn't matter if it moves. But apparently I'm wrong. The definition of a catch is it remains a mystery. The definition of a catch remains a mystery. Targeting calls. Well, Pitt should have had a targeting call on them as well, so that should have been even up. I mean, it was still a personal foul, so I'll take it. Some questionable officiating, but it's not the official's fault. Do not twist my words. I am not saying it is the official's fault. No, I mean, for the most part, the calls were fairly even. The rule of a catch. Somebody explain that to me. It makes no sense. But our offensive line, the right side has issues, that's for sure. I thought it was a great offensive game plan against Pitt. I think that was a great call as far as the offense goes. I think he knew that we had a weakness on the right side, so the plays kind of disguised that. JT knows exactly where to step when he's getting pressure. I know he made a couple of mistakes back when he was backed up, almost had his safety, but he avoided that. But all in all, I mean, watching JT Daniels in real life, this guy is an NFL quarterback. If he doesn't get injured, he will be playing in the NFL. He put the ball right on the money for our wide receivers, and they just couldn't catch the ball. Now, don't get me wrong. They had some good catches in there, but they had a lot of drop catches, and JT, he puts the ball exactly where it needs to be. Even with the pick six, the ball hit him right in the hands, goes through his hands, hits him in the helmet, and it gets tipped, and they return it for a pick six. That was a first down. If you would have listened to the game call, they were saying, wide open. Oh, wait, it was tipped. A miraculous pick six. Yes, it was. Look at the headlines for ESPN. A miraculous pick six wins the game for Pitt in the backyard brawl. That's what it was. I mean, as a West Virginia fan, we're used to this type of nonsense. We're always on the losing end of miracles. My God, well, except for when we were elite, in the Sugar Bowl, the fake punt, that was a miracle, not going to lie. Right now, since Dana Holgorsen took over, we're on the short end of the stick when it comes to miracles. And it's disheartening. JT Daniels, man, no reason for you to hang your head on tonight, because it was not, or last night, excuse me. It's not on you. It was on our receivers, man. Keep doing you. Don't let this get you down. And I don't think it will, because Neal Brown says this guy's even keel. After a touchdown, doesn't get too high. After any type of mistake, doesn't get too low. So I think he's going to be fine. This team is still capable of having 9-10 wins. But if we keep making the mistakes that we did last night, we're going to be a 6-6 or 5-7 team. As far as the talent we have and the offensive play calling, we could most definitely win 9 or 10 games. But with the mistakes that we made, we might miss a ball. Cut the mistakes out. Now, the one thing that has me hopeful is that might be the best front seven that we're going to face the entire year. And we averaged almost 6 yards a carry in the running game. We had a great running game. We need to run the ball more. And I understand Graham Harrell likes to sling the ball, but hey, evaluate the game, okay? Yes, we have a great quarterback. He puts the ball on the money, but our wide receivers are dropping the ball. We need to run the ball way more than what we did tonight, okay? Shorten the game, whatever you got to do. Gas that opposing defense. Pitt had way more time in possession than West Virginia. I mean, we beat them on total yards in offense. We beat them in rushing yards, yards per play, all that stuff. JT Daniels had just over 200 yards passing. Slovis had right around 300. So we did get beat in passing yards. But once again, that falls on the receivers. You can't drop the ball like that. Neal Brown's press conference. I will say this. I was encouraged to see some emotion from him. He was flat out mad. He was angry with this loss. He knew that West Virginia was the better football team, but we kept giving Pitt opportunities, and eventually we just gave them one too many opportunities, and they took advantage and won the football game. He was angry. He was mad. He was not in the mood to answer questions. I've never seen him like this. So that gives me hope that he's going to, be fired up to win some football games. And like I said, this is going to be the best front seven that we face all year long. Maybe not the best secondary, but we're going to be able to run the ball. So keep that in mind, Graham Harrell, going forward. We're going to be able to run the ball. Call more running plays. If you want to mix it up, that's fine. But up the middle, we had some great runs right up the middle. Great runs. So if that's the best front seven, run the ball more. Okay? I don't care about style points as long as we win. That's all that matters. I am so sick of mediocrity, and that trend started with Dana Holgorsen, and it is continuing with Neal Brown. I am sticking with the fact that I think Neal Brown is a better head coach than Dana Holgorsen. We should have fired Dana Holgorsen long time ago. And if Neal Brown goes 6-6 or 7-5 or anything worse, he needs to be fired as well. We have to go at least 8-4 for him to keep his job, but we keep making mistakes that we did tonight. That's not going to happen. I've been to many football games, including West Virginia games and Clemson games when it comes to college football. This was by far the best atmosphere I've ever been to. And I even went to the Virginia Tech game last year, and I think next year in Morgantown might top this game. And trust me, it's not going to be a 50-50 split or 60-40 Pitt. There was a lot more Pitt fans than I expected, but man, there was a lot of West Virginia fans. It's not going to be like that next year. No, it's going to be like 90-10 or 85-15, whatever. You're going to be vastly outnumbered. So, yeah, Morgantown's going to be a rockin' next year. We need to beat Kansas, of course. Towson, of course, on the road to Virginia Tech. That's going to be a tough road environment. We handled this road environment pretty well, but that's going to be the atmosphere is going to be much higher in Virginia Tech. On the road to Texas and Baylor, win those 5 in a row, and I'll start to think about forgiving this backyard brawl. That's the only way I forgive this. If you lose on the road to Virginia Tech or on the road to Texas or even Baylor at home, we got to beat Baylor at home, okay? We have to. So if we lose any of those 5 games, this is not forgiven. We're going to go 6-6 or 5-7 or worse, and Neal Brown has to go. So these next 5 games will determine the future. Right now, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if we fired Neal Brown right now. That's just me. I'm not trying to talk trash about the guy or make him feel bad. But if we fired him right now, I wouldn't feel bad. Graham Harrell would take over, and maybe we would score a ton of points per game. I don't know. But the next 5 games will determine his future. And you got to win all 5 of them, or I'm done. It's over. I'm done. I can't handle another mediocre season. I know 7-5 will be a little bit better, but it's not better enough. It has to be significantly better. So we have to be at least 8-4. The offense is significantly better, except for the drop passes. I don't know what type of drills you need to run to make it to where they don't drop that many passes. I understand that drop passes happen, but this was just way too many, okay? So fix that. Honestly, if we fix the receivers dropping passes, this will be a dangerous team. But if we don't, this is going to be another 6-6 season. So that's what this season hinges on. The wide receivers not dropping passes, because JT Daniels right on the money. The defense, good as usual. There was a few mistakes, but good as usual. I mean, the pick 6 is not on the defense. So, all in all, a decent defensive game for West Virginia. Hopefully it does get better. It's not elite like it has been, but good enough to win. Offense just made way too many mistakes. So our season hinges on the wide receivers not dropping the ball. I think we're a 6-6, 7-5 team with what I saw tonight if our issues don't get fixed. Y'all let me know in the comments section whether you agree with me on this. And if you disagree with me, what's your take on this game? That's all I got for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.